Hey folks, here's another installment of a couple things that everybody in the South Central District should know about travel teams entered into the South Central District League. Instructions from CGSA have come through to basically tell us that if we were on a team, if we wanted to get the approved roster, the best way to do that, or the only way to do that, is to click on a team here. This is the Guilford website. This happens to be one of my travel rec teams, and you can see that there's 18 players on this team. It says right here, player count is 18. The report that contains the CGSA roster, some clubs are having coaches do this, some clubs are having travel directors do this, some coaches are having registrars do this. However your club does this, the admin roster is the official CGSA roster. That's what we've been told. So once again, you go to folders and reports, go to admin roster, change CGSA recreation to approved, and then generate. And the reason I'm showing you this is there's actually a problem with this, and we are not, at least for the first week, we're not going to be using this. I know this is late notice. I know this is the instructions that we were just provided at the President and Registrar's meeting. We've all tried to comply with this. Once that roster was generated, here's the problem. If I roll down here, only 17 players are shown. No matter how many players are on the team, whether it's 10 players or 25 players, the last one does not show. It looks like this gray bar is probably on top of it. At least for the first week and potentially longer, the South Central District has approved the following. However you want to get to the game day rosters, a lot of people don't have access to this admin site, so I'm going to show you a way that coaches can get their rosters and they'll be ready to play this weekend. Okay, so let's go here. This is the Soccer Club of Guilford main public-facing website. This is where all the coaches would have gone to actually register to become background check cleared coaches. That's why we're going to do it from here, because I know every coach must have done this. If we go to member login, and I'm going to log in here as me, Joe Guerra. The first page it's going to bring you to is the member account screen. So once it logs in, sorry for the delay there. Once it logs in, there's a lot of really good information here. If you have other players or parents on here, that's fine. You can look at what leagues and tournaments they're entered into. If you're an official, you can actually go to your officials management screens here. But what I want to concentrate on is this button right here, View Team Assignments. Every coach is going to have that. So if I click on View Team Assignments, there's going to be two sections on the next page. It's important to note what the two sections are. If you actually have Team Connect, that's the graphical interface, kind of a blue interface that's actually a lot of teams are using to communicate with each other. It kind of looks like this. This is not where you get your roster, but I just want to make sure everybody understands that these are the Team Connect pages. And there's some issues here that are being worked out, but you know, here's the schedule, so forth and so on. So this is Team Connect. I'm going to close that window. That's not what we're talking about. Leagues and tournaments. If I go down to this team, Guilford Boys Seablick, that's the team that we were talking about. I could edit my roster if I had the authority and security to do so. But we're going to concentrate right here. Coach, schedule, page, score, entry, and game day rosters. Game day rosters is just a name for the stack built-in rosters, okay? So we click on that button here, and this is where we're going to do our work. Now, I've already gone into here, and it's already generated the roster for some of the games, this game in particular. But I'm going to click on that game day roster, and it normally wouldn't come up to this screen. It would normally come up to this screen, which shows you your rostered players. You could select none, you could select all. Maybe Jack isn't going to make it today, whomever it may be. And if you have some double rostered players that are listed over here in the game day area, they're valid gender correct, age appropriate, or younger players for this team that you have on here. The coach can actually pick which players he wants that are going to be actually at the game, or just pick all of them. And you can always use a pencil and cross it off. What's nice about this is you click Create Game Day Roster, and that first screen actually shows back up. It's very nice. It tells you the date, the time, the location, the division, event. You guys can look at this yourselves. Here's all the players, and here's all the player pass photos. Obviously, this team needs to do a little bit of work to get these player pass photos a little bit more in sync. This is an excellent photo right here. This one's not so great. This one's turned the wrong way. So we need to do a little bit of work on this team to be ready for this weekend. However, this player roster, this game day roster, this stack built-in roster with these player photos is enough for South Central District play. You do not need additional passes. You do not need an additional roster. You do not need the CGSA roster, at least for this weekend. We'll get back to you if we need to, when we go to change this. So this is the roster. If you need to edit it, you can go back to that screen, change a couple players, and once again, hit Create. From here, you can hit the normal print button right here and print it. Bring it with you, print it in color, good high quality. The next thing you're going to notice is at the bottom here, there's a QR code with your phone. You can scan it, or if you're still on this page, you can come back to this page at any time. If you click this link here at the bottom, that's where your score entry is. So at the end of a South Central District League game, you'll be able to click on that link, and then this screen comes up. This screen's going to tell you, who you played. It'll allow you to enter the, the goals for this team, the goals for this team. You can enter the number of cautions, the number of red flags, so forth and so on. So the final score will show up here. If you put in goals, you can see the information come across, okay? So this is how you would enter the score. You'd hit Submit Score, and that's how you create South Central District Stack Sports rosters. Now, as the email that you found for this link, if you're still using the existing old CGSA upload system, you would have to actually create player passes and use the old CGSA roster. This method that I just showed is for those people who are using Stack as the primary or only system for team formation organization and are not on another system any longer, nor are uploading to the old system. Okay? Have yourselves a great time. Enjoy. Bye-bye.